So I realized something today that actually made me realize that why I'm being silenced. Besides the fact that I'm saying the truth. And I'm not saying that in an arrogant way. Believe me, I've sat back and really considered all of these angles. And yet I look at, a lot of the people that I follow on TikTok, and they're good people. They're everyday people. But they're all following a camp that's either about this or Ohio. And yet I see all these environmentalists coming out about Ohio, and it's like, you really should think about environmentalists. They're usually the globalists, but the globalists did what they did in Ohio. But I'm seeing people carry on to a point about Ohio that it's getting, like, not to say there's not concern there, but there's some people really going overboard with it. Like, they really want to keep you stuck on that, pulled in. And the same people focused on this are the same people, or the same people that are falling into that trap now too. Do you want to know really what you're missing when you do all that? The biggest thing that you're being deceived, because you don't stop to think about how deceptive that wicked one is. I mean, it's beyond any what man can be of deception. So those TikToks stay up about Ohio. There's so many of them now. So many people, they're biologists, environmentalists, Aaron Brockovich. I mean, the list goes on and on, totally having people focused on it. And then, like they did with this, and now they've brainwashed those people. And what you don't realize is that it's the people behind the curtain, and not Klaus Schwab and them. It's those people behind the curtain that you need to uncover. And so while they have you focused on Ohio or wherever else, or focused on this, and you think you've got it all figured out, no, you don't. The true people behind the curtain are the universities, the science. I posted on my social media, but not on TikTok, because, my TikTok channels are being blocked. Why is that? Why is that? Oh, because I think they know who's really speaking the truth. Not saying that other people don't believe. They're saying things because they believe it to be true, because they're being pulled in by a bunch of people. And that, I'm not saying some of that maybe isn't warranted, but it's being taken way too far, just like these were taken way too far. Which means whenever something like that, it is taking you, it's so overboard, where it's just getting all out of hand, then you know that it's meant to do that so that you're stuck to it. So really the concern is Yale, they have, they're going to be testing on children. They want to be doing they've been doing the study on children, little ones, and cancer since 2016. And the testing and registry and experimenting will go on until 2100. That's the end date, 2100. It's called, I'll post it after this. I'll post the, right from the site, what it's called. That's what you need to be, that's what you're not paying attention to. That's the reason the circus show has you in Ohio. The circus show has you focused on this, and everybody's falling for it. And yet, I've been taken down because I don't fall into either of those camps. I'm not saying there's not some truth to both of those things, but it's not the main thing to be concerned about. It's really, I mean, yeah, is there some concerning stuff? Yeah, but there's something way bigger than that. And that's, as long as they keep you focused on that, you're not seeing the professionals, the science professionals at the universities. what they've been involved in. Because they're your people behind the scenes they don't want you to know about. Because I said last night, at all costs, they must protect the science. So they'll throw Fauci under the bus. They'll throw Gates under the bus. They'll throw all those people that you think, Pfizer, Moderna, all of them. They'll throw all of them under the bus. They don't care. What they don't want to be exposed is what they're researching currently until 2100, and it's on children. And there's so many PubMed articles all about children and using them as studies. I mean, not saying to trick them, but in a way it's trick. Why do they have to do all the... Do you realize what they're saying when they're going to be doing a study on children and cancer until 2100? They're saying they're not looking for the cure for cancer. 2100 is when it would end. Because it's about biometrics, but not just that, it's about the epigenome and all with children and children that have cancer. So there must be a lot of children that have cancer. And then you have to ask yourself, why did so many children get cancer? So while you stay focused all on Ohio like the mainstream media wants you to, or stay all focused on this like the mainstream media is starting to talk about now. Can't trust the mainstream media. The minute they start talking about something, you should know it's like, well, that's not where I should be focused then. No, it's the universities. It's Yale. It's all your major universities. They control public health. They control all of the researching that they have been doing and are currently doing. Just go to PubMed. I mean, you have to type in certain words, but you could just pull up all of it. And so while everybody thinks that the concern is Ohio, and everybody thinks that the concern is this one, it's like, no, they're totally playing you, because the concern is, why do so many kids have cancer? Or why will they? And it has nothing to do with what's going on in Ohio. This has been a study that's been ongoing from 2016, and it will continue until 2100. Yale. But it's not just Yale. It's every major university in the country, because they're controlling everything. So they don't care if Moderna gets thrown under the bus or Bill Gates. What's most important is to protect the research departments at the universities, because they control all of our health. And while they have you busy in the circus show, just like they've always done, what you don't see is that they've never had any intention of curing cancer. It's almost as if they want kids to have it so that they can just do their sick studies. So now I understand why, of course, I would have both of my channels at the same time taken down. Or not taken down, but blocked. All will be deceived. And all are being deceived. Where you should all be looking, every person in America, is at all your universities. All your research universities. So all your major teaching hospitals they're all tied to universities, that's what you should be looking up. That's what they don't want you to see. That's why they keep you busy with Ohio and vaccines.